She wants some sugar, sugar, sugar. Hey guys and girls. Hey guys and girls. I know that wind noise is terrible, but I want to show you a great way to fish a mimic imitator. I forgot all about it. As I get that in there without breaking my rod. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Look at that. Look at that. There's a 6-pound fish right there. What a way to start. That might be the biggest fish I catch all day. My mimic imitator. I want to show you a great way to work that. And I know the sound is horrible right now. Get back, Beamer. Get back, baby. I know the sound is horrible. That's a big giant bass right there. Big giant bass. All right. Got one of my Blaze series rod and reels right here. You can get those on jimmyhouston.com. I've got the mimic imitator right here. I've got a baby bass pattern in here, which is just about like a shad. That's what they're feeding on now is shad. I've got my barbs pushed down. This has got the insert in it where all you to change out, all you get is push that insert up, take that insert out, change colors. When we sell these, we can sell them. Those are on jimmyhouston.com, or you can get them from luckystrike.com, either one. But they come with 3 inserts in them, so you get 2 additional inserts, 3 inserts total. And now here's one of the coolest ways in the world to fish this thing. Throwing out there, I'm throwing into that wind. It's a sinking bait, so I'm just letting it sink. See what I'm doing right here? I'm letting it sink down, and then I'm just moving it a little bit with my rod tip. I'm letting it sink some more, and I'm getting a little bit more depth out of it all the time. I'm gonna get that thing down to, there it is, there's a fish right there. Look at that. Look at that. That's another good one too. That's another good one. That's one of the coolest ways in the world to fish that bait. I've caught so many fish the last year or so, and we finally got that bait perfected where those inserts won't come out, where they're pretty easy to change, and they are dynamite. You can see the fish are so big and healthy. They're so big and healthy right now. They're feeding on shad. Look at that fish right there. Beautiful, healthy fish. Barely had him hooked. One hook on the outside. That's all I got loose. That's a beautiful bass right there also. 2 bass, how's that? And the wind's gonna have a big gust of wind again. I'm throwing right into the wind, which is not good, obviously. Throw that bait out there, I'm gonna let it fall. Now here's something else you can do if you want to. If you want to pull up like this, you're pulling the bait back up instead. So you can raise your rod tip up and let it fall down, ride it back down where you can feel good, and pull it up also. Now I caught both of those fish just swinging sideways with it and not pulling it up. But you pull it up and let it fall. That bait it falls straight, so it falls good. So if they bite it on the fall, you'll be able to catch them. Now I did not catch a fish doing that right there, so that's going to tell me that that's not the best thing to do. That's going to tell me that that's not exactly what I want to do on that. Throw that bait way out there, letting it fall. And all I'm doing, swinging my rod tip sideways, letting it fall. Moving my rod tip, letting it fall. Maybe there was only 2 there. It's a pretty neat deal though. Very simple way to fish a mimic imitator, and a super effective way to fish it also. Golly, that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. That big old fish weighed 6 or 7 pounds, man. Oh, there's another one. Now that fish got it on the fall. I didn't feel him get it. When I went to make that sweep, I got him. That's another nice fish right there. Need to check and retie my knot. I've caught a couple big fish there. You want to retie frequently when you're really into the fish. If you catch 3 or 4 fish, you put a lot of strain on that line. me, you're pulling hard. Oh, puts a lot of pressure on that rod too. Come here, baby. Oh, another nice one. I mean, another nice one. He's got a little hook in him over here, but he just hooked with one treble also. Now, I've got the barb smashed down on them. I'm still not losing those fish. That's wintertime bass fishing right there. You see how fat they are? They've been feeding on shad. Wintertime bass fishing, just beautiful, fat, big fish. That's a big 5-pound fish there. A mimic imitator. I'm telling you, it's just one of those baits. Just one of those baits that they've never seen that slow wobble before. Slow wobble, a sinking bait. It sinks like a rattle trap or a hot spot. It has no rattles in it. It's a quiet bait. And you can fish it all kinds of different depths. You can just throw it out and wind it in. Throw it out and wind it in. Looks like it works well that way. This is one of the best techniques, especially this time of the year. You see what I'm doing right here? Letting it fall. And then just sweeping my rod tip a little bit. Letting it fall again. Sweeping my rod tip. Letting it fall. These fish are located out there in about 20 foot of water. And so I'm not getting anywhere near down 20 foot, but the fish are on shad, so they're chasing shad around. They're not 20 foot deep either. Most of these fish are probably about 10 foot deep. The water's pretty clear, so they'll move a pretty good distances to get that bait. I'm letting it fall. Probably falling a couple, 2 or 3 foot. Sweep it. That gets you a wiggle. Your wiggle there in it. Let it fall. The shad are dying this time of the year. They're dying. The shad die in the wintertime. It's called a shad die-off. The fish really love that shad die-off. Got that one on the fall. On the fall. They love it. Oh, he come off. That one come off. First one I lost. Might get another one. Ooh, one hit it. A lot of times when you got them out there like that, bait's fouled up. A lot of time when you lose a fish like that, there's fish out there, and there's one fish following that one like a chicken, and so when he comes unbuttoned, a lot of times another one will get it. Just throw it right back out there and caught another one. Sensational. I'm talking about sensational bait, particularly this time of the year. That slow wobble is what you want in the winter months. December, January, and February, that bait is going to smash them. I'm talking about smash them. This baby bass pattern, that's a smaller one there. He come off. That fish there was only about 1.5 pounds. It's the smallest one I've got by far. My barbless hook rule, you know my barbless hook rule, fish with barbless hooks. That rule, if you get them up close to the boat where you can see them, you count them. So I count that as a catch. That's right, I count it as a catch even though I didn't touch it. Nothing wrong with that, is there? Hey, what am I saying? Nothing wrong with that. Get them up close enough with a barbless hook where you can see them. You count them. Oh, there's another one. There's a lot of fish right out there. That's not a big one there. That's another one of those small ones. He jumped, but did not come unbuttoned. They're not all going to be giants, obviously. Oh, barely hooked. Got one hook is all he's got. That's all he needs. Even with the no barb on there. It's a pretty nice fish. Nothing wrong with that fish at all. Not like there's great big ones. Pretty good fish. What do you think, guys and girls? This is a lot better than stomping baby chickens, isn't it? What's happening right now here on Twin Eagle Lake? Shad are schooled up. The fish are in schools after those shad. And we got some shad that's been schooling right out in front of the pier here. The other day you couldn't catch anything in front of this pier. Now we got those shad there. And they're not too far out there. I can reach them with a cast. I catch these fish down on the bottom with a jig. Yesterday I was down here and caught 5 on the bottom with a jig out there in that same area. But now I've seen the gulls diving in the water. The water turkeys have been coming in here. We've had those strong south winds. This is a cool technique that you want to remember anytime you're fishing Again, like I said, you can throw the bait out there and wind it back in. I haven't even tried that because I'm trying to get some depth out of it. Drop it down and swing it, let it wobble, let it fall. That looks like a real shad that's swimming and then dying, swimming and dying. They're fighting to stay alive. It's a shad die-off. An incredibly great time of the year to catch fish. I'm gonna throw it out there a couple times, just wind it back in, just see what happens. I catch an awful lot of fish doing this. I'm gonna let it drop a little bit, just get a little depth. We'll let it fall, maybe 5, 6, 7 feet. And then we'll just kind of wind slowly, not fast. You see how I'm turning the reel handle here? We'll let it fall a little bit more. So, I can't help but swing it because I've been catching fish that way. When I swung it, sure enough, I got another fish. Got another fish. Woo! I like it. I like it. I want some more of it. I like it. I love it. I want some more of it. This is more fun. I'm telling you. Oh, that came off right there. I saw him, so it's a count. I get to count him. I get to count him. I get to count him. I'm just simply letting the iPhone run. We're on 12 minutes is what we're on. I'm gonna let it run, see if I can catch a couple more. Chris is taking a nap right now. You know, she's taking her afternoon nap, and so I'd seen all the gulls working out here this morning, so I thought I'd come down here and see if I couldn't catch a fish or two, because I knew they were around close because I caught some yesterday evening. Right before dark, I came down and caught, I think I caught 5 or 6. I think that makes 7. 5 plus 2 that I've seen, okay? 7. I guess I've thinned them out, huh? That was some pretty good fishing there for a while. Oh, that one's tough. The line's wanting to backlash on me. Don't want to let that happen. And you're throwing right into the teeth of that wind now. Let her fall, and there's another one. Ooh, ooh, ooh. That one's doing some pulling. Oh my goodness, that one's doing some pulling. Don't you break this rod, Jimmy. Whatever you do, don't break this rod. The lake's down really low. I'm having to lift these fish about 3 foot. I have to lay down on my belly if I want to reach down and lift one. So if I get a 7 or 8 pounder, this is not. If I get a 7 or 8 pounder, I won't be able to do that. This is a very nice one. It's barely good. Oh my goodness. All right, I'm gonna quit on that one right there. There is your quick lesson on how to fish a lucky strike mimic imitator. And there you go, live caught 8 fish. 2 I saw, y'all didn't. I count them. These hooked pretty good for a barbless hook. But right there's almost a 7-pound bass. Almost a 7-pound bass. A beautiful fish. Big, fat, gorgeous female. She wants some sugar, sugar, sugar. Guys and girls, a mimic imitator. Grab that bait, fish it the way I just showed you in this clear water. Winter time is the very best time for that slow wobble. It's got a wobble that no other bait has ever produced. And you can change colors by just changing that insert. Have you a great one out there today. And remember, I sure do love you.